My name is Mark and I like station wagons. There, I said it. Not that I have needed any kind of intervention to admit that. Just think of the BMW M5 Touring, the Audi RS6 Avant in that icon, the Volvo 850R Estate, in yellow of course. These are all full-size station wagons, but there is another genre, the semi-estate, or sportback if you speak Audi. One of the best of these was the Subaru Impreza GT wagon that was so highly sought after at the turn of the century. It hit the market at a time when Subaru was a cult brand, dominating world rallying and making teenagers bow down as Insta went by. That was then though. Compared to those days, today's Subaru is less of a brand and more of a blend. It has left its cult status behind, abandoned the rally stages and instead decided it wants to be Toyota, reliable and slightly uninspiring. It has great models, the Forester and Legacy Outback, but while there are some performance models and it has its legendary all-wheel drive package, it's not the brand it was. Then I recently spotted a few units of a model called the Levorg appear in the monthly industry sales figures. I knew of the Levorg, it competes in the British Touring Car Championship, so that's a good start, but it looked unlikely to come to SA. It turns out Subaru SA has brought in a few units of the current model to test the waters and decide whether to bring the facelifted version here in 2018. So it was that we found ourselves testing a model that is not on sale yet, a rare occurrence. The Levorg is not an Impreza, well, not officially. Subaru has ditched the Impreza name from the WRX, which is now just a WRX, unless it is a wagon, in which case it is a Levorg. So essentially this is the WRX wagon. And it behaves like one too. We tested the 2.0L Turbo GTS, which generates 197 kilowatts and 350 Newton meters and is claimed to hit 100 kilometers per hour in 6.6 seconds. It does this while also having standard boot space of 522L expandable to 1446L. It almost recreates that Impreza GT wagon era. The engine suffers from slight turbo lag, but then it shunts. Switch to sport mode to try to reduce the lag slightly and things improve, but it does scream before changing gears. Technically, it doesn't really change gears because here is the big flaw, it's a CVT, continuously variable transmission. To give Subaru its due, it is one of the best CVTs in the business, but it made me yearn for the manual gearbox of the old wagon. Then you find a twisty road and you can almost forget the box because the Levorg has grip that defies the laws of physics. It is almost unflinchable as you use the paddles to drop a couple of gears and dare to hold on in the corner. It is phenomenal. So should Subaru bring the Levorg in 2018? I want to say yes, but many of you will be yawning at the idea of a wagon. People like SUVs here. It will not sell in numbers, but for those who love wagons and those who still hold a flame for Subaru, the Levorg could well be the vehicle they are waiting for.
We've already tested the newly facelifted 2018 Nissan Qashqai, and today we're reviewing its tougher, slightly gnarlier big brother, the Nissan X-Trail. The two cars share much of their hardware, wrapped in different couture. The Qashqai mops up the large numbers of families who may be stepping from a hatchback or small family car, while the X-Trail is aimed more at folk who want more space, a smidge more mud pluggery and the ability to carry 6 passengers. This is an important car for Nissan. It claims the X-Trail is the world's biggest selling SUV with 766,000 sold globally in 2016, largely thanks to its rebadged status as the Nissan Rogue in the US, where it finds nearly 1/3 homes a year. It's also the company's flagship crossover, crowning one of the most diverse SUV ranges around, stretching from quirky Juke to slick Qashqai, practical X-Trail to chunky Navara pickup. What's new on the Nissan X-Trail for the 2018 facelift? This is a delicate, modest upgrade, it's fair to say. Nobody will fail to recognize this as an X-Trail, and the new, wider grille, bumpers and headlamp graphics provide only a little extra pizzazz. The front headlamps now included adaptive turning function on top-spec Tecna models equipped with LED lights. It's the first time this tech has featured on a Nissan car in Europe. You'll also spot the new 2018 model year Nissan X-Trail bi-rectangular, not circular, fog lights and the addition of 4 new colors, including rustic oranges, browns and ruby reds. Oh, and higher-spec models get chrome detailing along the flanks. What about the new 2018 Nissan X-Trail interior? In line with the Cash Clause facelift, the X-Trail cabin has been lightly revised, but it's hardly much to write home about. There's the same new flat-bottom steering wheel to make getting in and out easier and provide a better view of the dials. It's heated too. Yes, this is headline news on the 18 facelift. So not much has changed, but it remains an unremittingly practical, focused place to sit. Around 40% of Brits order the X-Trail as a 7-seater, and the 2 pop-up rear seats provide useful school run or get home from pub accommodation to children or adults, if they're prepared to squish a bit. The middle row slides back and forth to juggle space front and rear. Nissan says that nearly 2/3 of customers have outdoorsy hobbies. Bikers and hikers will love the big 565-liter boot, up 15 thanks to new, flatter boot side moldings. And waggle foot to open tailgate functionality is new for 2018, shame it takes an interminable 7 seconds to open. We'd rather DIY. It's all finished in the typically Nissan mass-market quality. This is no premium cabin, but it is well screwed together and feels built to last. The interior pictured above is equivalent to the UK's top Tecna trim, accounting for nearly half of all sales here. Cheap Lego-like plastic sit cheek by jowl alongside some smarter, softer touch materials. Of more interest is the new tech offered by the 2018 facelift. The rear seats can now be heated for the first time, though only as a bench, not individually. A new 8-speaker Bose stereo should delight audiophiles, and the usual host of electro gizmos is now offered: radar-controlled emergency braking, rear cross alert to warn if you're reversing into traffic. And Pro Pilot coming in 2018 will bring some light autonomous self-driving in jams and on highways. How does the new Nissan X-Trail drive? Considering the X-Trail and Cash Clause share the same engineering hardware dubbed CNF1 since 2014's MK2, they drive in subtly different ways. Nissan has lavished more sound deadening and measures to quell noise, vibration and harshness, NVH, on the QQ than the X, and it shows. The X-Trail rides with more bounce and hop, especially on the bigger rims, up to 19 inches in diameter, and there's more engine noise from the 1.6 DCI2. Reflecting a modest extra bit of soft rotor DNA, the X-Trail rides on M&S all-seasons tires, where the Cash Car is shod with summer rubber. All in all, the Japanese-built X-Trail feels a bit more cumbersome than the Sunderland-produced Cash Car, and that should be no surprise. Its wheelbase is 70 mm longer, its body is taller and the curb weight is heavier. That it's louder too, with more wind and road noise, reflects how Nissan has added more sound deadening to the QQ crossover, with extra Teflon detailing on the door seals, no less, but not here. All are front-wheel drive, unless you spec AWD on either diesel. Traction is strong with all-wheel drive, and the slightly higher ride height means you can negotiate rural tracks and grassy fields with sure-footed security. The Nissan X-Trail misses out on some of the extra refinement lavished up on the 2018 model year Nissan Qashqai, and it shows. However, the X remains a sensible proposition if you need 7 seats, a big boot and a tough, family-friendly crossover. The Land Rover Discovery Sport drives better, and the VW Tiguan rival smashes the quality issue, but the big Nissan fights back with a pleasing honesty. It's big, sensible, practical transport for large broods.